this is a perfect example of how disgust is important, and the relationship of disgust to political attitudes is important, but it's not the most important variable. When it comes to politics, there are other variables that actually have an even stronger impact on the attitudes we hold or the positions that we take. And so this is a good example, because some of the research on disgust in politics suggests that both liberals and conservatives have equal levels of disgust sensitivity. In other words, one group doesn't seem to be more disgust sensitive to the other. My research has actually shown more of this side of the equation, and yet there's actually a great deal of research that says that the effect is asymmetrical, and that's to say conservatives are actually more disgust sensitive than liberals are, right? And so there's actually a lot of research that suggests that asymmetry is true. And so personally, I could very much see this going either way. Let's imagine that asymmetry is true. Conservatives are supposed to be more disgust sensitive. That might lead you to think that the conservatives in this country would be the ones who would be most concerned about the spread of COVID, right? But here's where our politics encounters this very important variable called partisanship, right? And so we have partisan signals coming from the president of the United States, a Republican who says, you know, this is a China virus that people should not be worried about. It's under control. Even when the president contracts coronavirus, he makes a recovery from the episode and then tells people, don't let COVID ruin your life. You know, let's keep the businesses open. Okay. And basically, Republicans in the country seem to indicate on surveys that they largely endorse or follow this opinion leader on that question. So in terms of COVID in the United States and disgust sensitivity, you might think conservatives would be more sensitive and more fearful of this contagion, but actually their partisan connection and to the Republican leaders have actually overrode that consideration, which is kind of interesting.